through the screen door here at Down on the Farm Radio Headquarters. I'm Larry Marble. It's the 1245 edition of our program. We appreciate you joining us here on one of these 14 affiliate stations. Neighbor, this is the portion of the program where we usually take a look at the National Weather Service Office and get their forecasts for the region. But it looks to us like the weather forecast website is down, so let's go right to our commodity futures, as close to the noon hour as we can get. March corn 603 and a half, down a half. March beans 13.92 and 3/4, up 5 1/4. March bean meal $419.60 by the ton, up 8.70. Your March Kansas City hard red winter wheat down 4 3/4 at 763 3/4. March number 2 cotton up 38 at 115.10. Your February live cattle 136.85 down 50. March feeder cattle 166.37 down 87.50. February lean hogs down 167, 81.72. Your March U.S. dollar index down 466 at 95.86. February gold's up 80 at $1,790.10 by the ounce. And February West Texas Intermediate crude down 54 at 78.92. Neighbor, there's your commodities of ag interest.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, now it's time for Focus on Ag with the Farm Bureau's Tom Nicoletti. Tom, what's our topic?
Technology to fight armyworms. I'm Tom Nicoletti with Focus on Agriculture with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. My guest today is Drake Copeland. He is Technical Service Manager with FMC. In 2021, armyworms, Drake, were certainly a problem in Central Texas, East Texas, up on the rolling plains. Farmers having to scout for them and fight those worms. What are you folks doing in regards to fighting those armyworms?
First and foremost, when you're looking at fall armyworm, it's really important to look at what your colleagues to the south are seeing. So there's actually entomologists in Texas that kind of reported that they were seeing them a month earlier than normal. That should have been a very good sign that, hey, it may be a problem further north than it has been in the past. And just exploded across the Midwest. We saw it as far as Michigan. So a lot of different variables leading into why we saw them so far north, but it was the guys in Texas that warned us.
So Drake, what's FMC doing technology-wise to fight the armyworm?
So in the past, we've really focused on using pyrethroids as a knockdown chemistry, but at FMC we do have newer technology, specifically diamide chemistries, and we have a product called Vantacor that we launched in 2021 that really took off. And the reason it's so important is you do get some activity from a knockdown standpoint, but it's really the residual that we get out of Vantacor that's lasting longer. So guys want to get the best bang for their buck, and if you've got a product that's doing work for you after you leave the field, that's one that really brings it home.
When's the best time to apply?
Obviously, you want to solve it before it becomes a huge issue, but once you start seeing egg lay or get word or you see any feeding, these pests move pretty quickly. They move through a generation within 28 days. Once you see the feeding, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and spray them.
That is Drake Copeland with FMC. I'm Tom Nicoletti with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor Hop Sing is ringing that lunch bell. Chicken fried steak, jalapeno gravy, Nandy's yeast rolls, and a cold cucumber salad. He's even got some twice-baked potatoes. I'll pour the iced tea or coffee, whichever you prefer. We just prefer to talk to that little country ball of fire, little Maddie Bexley from Lockhart Livestock. Good day, Maddie.
Good morning, Larry. We started off the year on a pretty good note. We ended up with 1155, 259 cows, and 37 bulls. 183 sellers and 86 buyers.
Let's walk the pens.
On the stocker cows, we got along real good. Nothing really fancy, but a good many good using cows this week. Better end of the pairs would have brought from 11 to 13.50. Mediocre to middle age from 5 1/4 to 10.75. The good bred cows from 8.75 to 11.50. The mediocre middle aged and short breds from 5 to 8.50. The longhorn and the plainer cows from 250 to 475. Packer cows would have been about steady with where we ended the year last year, and Packer bulls would have been several dollars better. The good high yielding cows from 62 to 76.5. The medium yielding from 50 to 61. The low yielding and lightweight cows from 20 to 49. The good high yielding Packer bulls from 94 to $1.03.5. The medium yielding from 87 to 93. Low yielding and lightweight bulls from 65 to 86. And on the calves and yearlings, we got along real good with most classes steady to 4 or 5 better than December. Especially the real good quality calves weighing 5 to 650. They were several dollars better. So all in all, it was a great week.
What do you anticipate for next week?
I don't know much yet. Hopefully we can get some business drummed up between now and then.
All right. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Madison.
You can always check us out on Facebook, or you can call the barn at 512-398-3476. My cell phone at 979-540-9793. Or you can ring Bubba at 512-461-6091.
Wholesale Steel, family owned and operated since 1976. Has heavy-duty panels, the first and only panels on the market with a lifetime warranty against damage from your animals. Our heavy-duty panels weigh in at approximately 150 pounds each. We carry a wide variety of products and have panels for the smallest livestock show animals all the way up to panels for the toughest bucking bulls. Wholesale Steel with 2 locations to serve you in San Antonio and Hearn. Financing available, and we wholesale to the public. Visit our website at wholesalesteelsa.com or call 210-624-2000 for Wholesale Steel. 210-624-2000. Visit us on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com.
We are aligned with Russell Heller from Lexington Livestock Commission Company. It's about 8 a.m. on Friday morning. We're looking toward a successful sale on Saturday. Russell, what do you see so far?
Yes, sir, Larry. I got 3 or 4 sets of calves, anywhere from probably 20 to 40 head apiece, and a set of cows, 26 Black Angus cows, are probably 5-year-old cows.
How are the calves bred?
The calves, most of them are all Charolais crosses.
All right.
There's one set, 25 or 6 of them. They'll weigh probably 4.5 to 5.5, and then there's 40-something more. They'll weigh 550 to 700, and the other 2 sets, they're about the same.
Got a little condition on them?
A little bit, yes, sir. They're getting condition on them now from the weather.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the Saturday sale in Lexington.
Sure, you can get me on my cell, and that number is 979-820-7002.
We appreciate you, and we'll talk with you early Monday morning and see how the domino game shook out.
Sounds good. Thank you, Larry.
Hey, neighbor, here's a quick reminder from my friends at McCoy's. You know, Western red cedar can be used in a variety of applications, from siding to decking, even as indoor paneling. For folks ready to tackle a DIY project, red cedar is a great choice for decks and play sets, particularly because of its naturally occurring thermal properties, which keep the wood cooler to the touch. That's no small feat on a summer day in the McCoy's States of America. Check out the building plans and videos at mccoys.com and get started on your next DIY project using Western red cedar. Available at McCoy's Building Centers. Go to mccoys.com for information. Find the McCoy's store near you. Neighbor, let's take a look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, 800-288-4453. Milo through Corpus in January, March plus 85, 12.30. Number 2 or better yellow corn through Corpus in January, March plus 90, 6.93 3/4. Hard red winter wheat through the Port of Houston in January, March plus 70, 8.38 1/2. And number 1 beans again through the Port of Houston in January, January even money, 13.77 1/4. 2,800 bale of East Texas, Oklahoma cotton, 10,450 bale of West Texas, bringing the Texas total to 13,250. Average price across that is $110.47. Neighbor, that's it for the best darn farm show in 100,000 square miles of the great state of Texas. No brag, just fact. Neighbor, if you're on the network, we'll feed you a Kolach at $3.45. If you're not, Call the station right now and complain to the manager. You want your co-lots and you want Down on the Farm radio.